we're going to work through 3 examples on how we can use slope to determine whether 2 lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. So first off, for something to be parallel, it has to have the same slope, the same change. If we think about this, 2 lines have to be changing at the same rate for them never to cross, or what it means to be parallel. To be perpendicular, you form a 90-degree angle or they intersect. The way this happens is the slopes are negative reciprocals. So what this means is an example would be 2/5 and negative 5/2 for your slopes, and it would produce a perpendicular line. So let's see if we can figure out in these 3 examples what case we have. Example 1. Say we're given 2 sets of points. So we're given the points 2/5 and 4/8, and the point 2, 0, and -1, -2. So finding the slope of the top one, remember, second point, first point, we'll just keep them the same. Y value goes on top, x value goes on bottom, minus y value goes on top, x value goes on bottom. So I get 3/2 as my slope. Finding the slope of the bottom pair, y value, x value, y value, x value. So I get -2 over -3, which equals 2/3. So this is close to being reciprocals, but they are reciprocals, they aren't negative reciprocals. One of these would have to be negative, one positive. So this is a case of neither. They're close to being perpendicular, but not quite. A second example is given 2 lines. Remember, we were able to solve for our slope when it was in a y equals format. So, to get y by itself, we're going to minus x and have 2y equals -x plus 7. Divide both sides by 2. Y equals -1/2 x plus 7/2. This one, add 4 over, so y equals 2x plus 4. So we have a slope of -1/2 and a slope of 2. You can think about it as 2 over 1. They're the flip of each other, and one's negative, one's positive, so these happen to be perpendicular because they are negative reciprocals. Lastly, say I was given 2x minus y equals 4 and 2x plus y equals 6. Solving for y, we're going to subtract 2x. Negative y equals -2x plus 4. Divide both sides by -1. -2 divided by -1 is 2. 4 divided by -1 is -4. So there's our first equation solved for y. Our second equation, all we have to do is subtract the 2x over. So one of our slopes is 2, and one of our slopes is -2. So they aren't reciprocals, they aren't flips of each other, but they also aren't the same number. So if both of these were -2 or both were +2, we'd have parallel. If one was a negative reciprocal, we'd have perpendicular, but since it doesn't fit either case, this is also a neither.